Hello, I'm John Latimer, KAXE Phenologist. Today we're looking at Highbush Cranberry. These bright red berries, you'll see them all winter long. They're one of the later foods that fructivorous birds turn to in the winter. They're a member of the viburnum family, and there are many viburnums up here. There's nannyberry, and there's arrowwood, and there's the Highbush cranberry. The nannyberry and the arrowwood have these dark, almost raisin-like berries on them, dark blue or purple berries, and they get eaten much earlier in the winter. These berries, you will see them practically all winter long, and then sometime in, maybe February or late January, a flock of robins or a flock of cedar waxwings or Bohemian waxwings will come into this area, and they'll descend on these and they'll consume every berry that you see here. The real beauty here, beyond the berries, which are a gorgeous bright red, if you get up close and look at the plant, you'll see that next year's new growth, new buds are already apparent and fairly obvious here. And if you get up close and look, you'll see that they're almost as red as the berries themselves. So it's really quite a lovely bush to look at, and it's one that has a great deal of importance for birds later on in the winter. It's almost as though the birds have certain timetables for eating these berries. They know that these berries will be perfectly edible later on in the winter. And if you were to eat one of these berries right now, you'd find it quite sour. But if you would pick a bunch of them and bring them home and cook them and mix them with some sugar, probably not too bad. Probably pretty tasty and a good source of vitamin C. The birds, once they consume these, won't be completely out of food. After these are done, and at the very end of winter, probably in March, if you're watching birds that eat fruits, you'll see that they will eventually get around to eating the berries of the sumac. And the sumac, if you've ever even attempted these berries, they're little more than a seed covered with fur, and they're really not very nutritious, but the birds will eat them. One of the things about eating these sorts of fruits is that the fruit itself will be digested by the bird, but the seed will pass right through the bird and will be dropped somewhere, further on down the road, and that's what causes the spread of these plants from one area to another.